Daryl, for me, you've got a very impressive portfolio, and basically an entrepreneur from a very very young age and starting business at the age of 21, and starting numerous businesses. Daryl has been responsible for helping many big brands, and some of them CIMB, Cellcom, Nestle, Sunway Group, just to name a few, but the list goes on digital marketing and online positioning. So that has been, and again, numerous awards for supporting young entrepreneurs as well. So Daryl, you've come a long way.
Yeah,
Thank you
indeed.
for being here today. And here goes our question. And then when it comes to content, your average SME owner is going to struggle with, they struggle with writing an email, let alone some marketing brochure. So
Sure.
if
Yeah.
they're going to be developing content on that regular basis, what are some ways around it? I mean, we have agencies like yourself that we can work
Right.
with, but what are some of the alternatives?
I think to do it on your own is nowadays is very possible. It's quite easy. There are a few things that you want to consider. Number one is that taking off already curated content online, resharing it in your own opinion. So basically, just resharing different people, different brands' content. You can also always ensure that you are constantly on your camera or your mobile, because your mobile is the tool, right, to use nowadays for any sort of
It's so
content.
easy.
Yeah, so if you go around and you own, for example, a education center, you do workshops, just whip out your phone, take a few pictures every time, like behind the scenes type of content, and then write a short caption. I don't think it's too difficult because you can see tons of captions nowadays, and I think I go back to the basic of looking at your competitors and what they're doing, learning from them. The third tip is that you can hire someone, even you don't even have to go to an agency like a freelance copywriter or Fiverr, someone on Fiverr to write out something for you.
Oh, Fiverr.
Yeah, at the Fiverr, or you can go to any freelancers to do that. Or the fourth tip is that you can, in fact, use what we call user-generated content, meaning to say it's a UGC. You run campaigns, for example, that allow people to develop content for yourself, for the brand itself. It can be a competition. The brand can make sure that the terms and privacies are in line, and once the user submits a certain content for a campaign or contest, you can be very assured that you can reuse that content again, and therefore what we call UGC, user generated content. And it's easy because it's almost like crowdsourcing the content, right? Free. And so you reshare even the content generated by your users, or you encourage hashtags, right? So the more hashtags you have, a similar hashtag, a branded hashtag that your users actually tag you on, you can reshare that, right? So you don't always have to come out on your own content. You can always look around, look at competitors, look at your users, and reshare certain information and content. And can I say just one more last tip here is very important. If you write an article, for example, if it's a long form article, you can always split it into three main highlights, right? So you can take one recording, or you do one whole article, or you split the article into 3, 4, 5 different content, right? Highlight. You get 5 tips, for example. Take tip 1, tip 2, tip 3 as one content per tip. Yeah, then you already have 5 postings, so you don't have to stress out too much. Always break down your content as much as possible.
I see. That's very interesting. And when we're talking about content, what I find a lot of SME owners are doing is that their content are all usually promotional material. Let me sell you my mouse. Let me sell you my power bank. So
Right.
they come up with content where it's just very salesy, when that's not really content that we want to consume online. So
Not always. Yeah,
not
not always.
always.
Yeah, not always. Correct.
And do you have like some different forms of, and I think the SMEs are, we're watching these videos, and we struggle with that. I mean, I know I struggle with that. So I don't want to go on social media and consume other people's promotional content. So I'm also asking, is that how I want people to look at our content? So
Right.
aside from just promoting and salesy stuff. What else could I, if I sell T-shirts, for example, if I
Right.
sell, what else could I talk about?
I think to put a caveat here first is that we have to understand the type of audience again. If your audience have joined your Facebook page to see deals, then
Mm,
the content is very relevant to them. If you in day out, you put in 11 sale, 12 sale, 25%
that's what
off,
they
big
want.
deal. That's what they want. So that is
Yeah,
relevant to them. So back to relevancy of content. Besides promotion, you can look at lifestyle content, trending contents, educational content. These are a few content that you can categorize because education content, for example, can be very long form or short form. Lifestyle content can very much relate to trends or relate to how you use the brand on the day in and day out life, your own lifestyle, right? How do you actually use the brand? It can be from a car to a watch brand to retail, even food, even lifestyle food, right? So it can have all these layers and categories of content that SMEs, corporate businesses can explore.
and even for us as a coaching company, our business is education, and just recently we've gone very very strong on digital presence, and we learn from the
Yeah.
likes of yourself. And for us, this is very important. I always believe that if we're a business and we have no idea what we're doing online, no digital presence, or at least no strategy, it is hazardous in
Yes,
today's
it is
day and
that there's
age.
yes.
Yeah,
It's a big mess. It's a big
it's a
mess.
it's
Yeah.
a big mess, and
Yeah.
a lot of businesses are still trying to foot it offline,
Yes.
of which, uh, if you have a very strong offline strategy, we've seen a lot of offline marketing strategies just go when a lot
Yes.
of people are online.
Yes, correct. And that's why we also always uh, emphasize on integrated marketing. So online, offline, none is better than the other. I'm very platform neutral, although I teach and educate and advocate of digital. I think I remain very neutral. Whether it's online, offline, integrated marketing, PR, media, out of home, all the way to digital performance marketing, SEO, it's all it should come together as one.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Daryl, for this session. I think it's really useful to all of us, whether we're SMEs or bigger brands. We're all just trying to stretch that dollar to just make it bang harder, and leverage harder
Of
as well.
course.
And so, for me, I think this is a very, very powerful segment. So, thank you very much for
No
for
problem.
being
No
here with
problem.
us.
Thank you.